Big one. No double plays. Next week we might have.
I think there was one or two.
Like I told our team, that's one of the biggest home series wins. You know, it's the biggest one since I've been here, and what it means moving forward. But I love the way we did it. You know, we played from behind early. We took a 3-run lead and a 2-run lead and lost it late. Instead of deflating our team, you know, tough teams bounce back when those things happen, and our team showed unbelievable toughness by bouncing back with that 7-run eighth. Great team win.
You kind of summed it up right there, but it did take, what was it, 6 runs in the 9th on Friday, 7 runs today is what put them away. I guess, what does that say about your offense late in the game that, you know, the whole lineup is coming through for you?
Yeah, they really did. It was 1 through 9, and it was off their best arms, you know, that's what I love the most about it. And they were all high leverage situations and high leverage at bats. You've heard me say this before as a head coach, that's all you want to see is your kids perform at a high level in high leverage situations. And we did that. And that's the only way you can do that, to build innings like that, like we did on Friday night and today against their quality arms. So really good, great job by our pitching staff as well. I mean, that is as potent as an offense that you'll see in this league, and one of the most potent offenses I've coached against in the Big 12. It's a veteran group.
Walk us through that grand slam.
You know, Seth didn't do a good job for us yesterday with the bases loaded, you know, and good for him for sticking with it and making the adjustment and really trying not to do too much. And, you know, with that situation, bases loaded, 1 out. You got to have a double play, you got to elevate, you got to look for something to hit in the air and try not to do too much. Try to do too much, hit the ball on the ground. And he learned from yesterday, you know, where he hit it into a double play in a key situation. And I was happy to see him up, you know, because his baseball acumen is super high. I trusted that he was going to make the adjustment and slow the game down and put a good swing on it, and that's what he did.
Such a big turning point in such a critical series. What's going through your mind as you see the ball leave the park?
We can't score enough runs for me in the 9th inning against West Virginia, or in the 9th inning against anybody. You can't have a big enough lead. As soon as the ball went over the fence, I started to talk to Coach Dower to see what our backup plan, if things came apart for JJ. So that's how you think as a coach, and it's not healthy, but you have to come up, you got to prepare for the worst. And that was a heck of a cushion. And you see how the inning started. You were really happy it was a 6-run lead going into the 9th rather than a 1-run or a 2-run lead. So that was a huge grand slam.
What can you put into words exactly what this means for K-State baseball?
Yeah, it's a lot of firsts, you know. Mitch said it. We just broke our single-season home run record. I think we've just tied the highest win total in Big 12 conference wins with 16. I think that ties the 2013 team. I'm not sure, I have to look it up, but we've won 7 Big 12 series with 1 to go. Not sure what they did in 2013, but seven series out of 9. That's a big number. And you know what? Just we might be pretty good in baseball at Kansas State. I think we're poised for the national tournament. I think with this weekend, our resume looks really good, and we have a really good Cincinnati team left to play. And I think this team's got a chance to play a lot of baseball here this year.
I want to work a little bit backwards from the 9th and from the 8th. In the 7th, they got the 3-run homer. But before that, you know, you could tell the fans were dialed in because they were reacting to borderline pitches. Unfortunately, those calls just were not going your way. Was the dugout frustrated in that moment? Was that just a punch in the gut in that moment because the calls weren't going K-State's way?
I never want to be that dugout that's always complaining. You know, I want umpires to come into Toynton Family Stadium and want to work for Kansas State and not dread it. So we always toe the line, but they got to be held accountable. I'm held accountable at this level. Our players are held accountable at this level, so the umpires should be too. And I never do it disrespectfully, but I thought the zone got a little tight there late in the game. It usually does. And, you know, when you have the lead, it gets more and more frustrating. You know, because you're just counting notes in your head. Yeah. Then the 3-run homer by White. You know, he's a fantastic player and one of the better hitters in the league. And that was in a big spot late, so it could have really deflated us for the rest of the game. It looked that way because the bottom of the 7th, we had 3 non-competitive at-bats, and then Tim gets some energy on our dugout in the 8th, and we kept building with it and responded the right way like a winning team does.
Going back to the 4th then, West Virginia looked like they were unhappy about something or wanted to talk to the umpires about something that got you out of the dugout. What was that about?
Oh, it's just kids who are immature and on both sides and in a high stakes competitive environment. Just a lot of verbal nonsense that has nothing to do with winning baseball games. So we got together and put an end to it.
Yeah, great series. Who do you feel like were the MVPs of K-State in these 3 games?
For the series,
Yeah.
I thought Shintaro was awesome all weekend long. You know, Keegan O'Connor, you know, he just quietly knocks people in. And really, I thought our pitching staff. You know, and I'm going to talk about our offense as the MVP. That's the number one pitching staff in the league.
Mm-hmm.
They've got almost a 3.00 ERA in our league in college baseball. It's a pretty good staff, and I mean we put up 17 hits on them today. So I thought our offense came to play. I thought we carried over a really strong offense that we started to build in Provo, last Friday. So I thought our offense should be the MVP of that weekend and set the tone and went toe to toe with a really good offense.
Kind of put a bow on things. A special day, senior day, Mother's Day. You have this win, and you do it in front of another sellout crowd. You've got sellout crowds now across the board. How special was this day?
That was great. That was my message to the team. I said, let's let her know how you can't be motivated to play on Mother's Day and honor our seniors in front of the best community in the country to play in front of in a winner takes all game. There's nothing like it. And the only thing I said was soak it in. Take advantage of the home field crowd. Play smart, play tough, and play for each other. And that was my message. But yeah, what a great day. What a great day for our K-State family and our players and their families and parents and seniors that are in town today. It was awesome. Good. Thank you, guys.